Okay, peace. We back. I'm about to do a reaction to Claimer Uncut's new video that he put out, and I'm gonna get my opinions about it. This is gonna be a quick video. All right, peace, and give me a second while I share my screen. Here we go. All right. Hopefully there's no mistakes, no hiccups, or none of that. All right. Let me see. All right. Hopefully it's look like it's doing it already. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't mess up. I did a quick pause, but please don't mess up. All right.
Claimer Uncut.
Me and this dude, we don't really see eye to eye. Claimer Uncut. He's a very intelligent guy.
If you guys don't know who he is, this dude is just next level.
Claimer has been super quiet for mad long.
I love the sound of the shots.
That looks good.
Look at that jab. That was a flicker jab.
That shit. For the people, by the people, bro. Yo, you saw that jab? And then he stepped to the side and avoided the punches. And I gotta get on this. This looks good.
I can watch the
This made this shit by herself.
That's crazy. He's the only person making this.
Again, I love the camera angle, bro.
I don't know.
Claimer Uncut.
Ricky
I
J.
love that guy, man.
This looks really, really solid.
This is insane.
Let's keep supporting this, man. There's no way that you guys won't say that this doesn't look good.
Claimer Uncut. This is on another level.
Thank you very much to all the content creators who were kind enough to cover my new boxing game, TruthBound, an upcoming, highly technical boxing game developed by one man. Support the cause. Link in the description. Today, we discuss the past, present, and the future of combat sports gaming as we enter 2026, including the inevitable sequel to Undisputed, the passing of Undisputed 1. Rest in peace. Current state of TruthBound, as well as resolving past feuds between myself and fellow content creators.
This month right here gonna put me on a thumbnail.
I wonder how deep the creation mode gonna be, because you know a lot of people gonna want to create characters, being that you're not gonna have real boxers in the game. So I wonder how deep the creation mode is gonna be. That's gonna be a concern for a lot of people, and a lot of things with Claimer Uncut says is justified. A lot of people say no, he's over exaggerating and doing this and that. No, he's not. No, he's not. What he's saying, when he be saying stuff, he says what a lot of people don't want to say.
Telling a content creator not to make content because they don't like the game, it's so stupid to say.
I wasn't a super big fan of this guy. He was he kind of came at me sideways when I was in the UFC franchise.
We'll cover that a little bit later. So why am I making TruthBound? Well, the combat game community need a game which primarily focuses on competitive play. Isn't that every game? No. You see, simple mechanics, broken mechanics, as well as comeback mechanics. These features dilute competitive play. That is why I'm making TruthBound. We're cutting out the politics, bureaucracy. Instead, I'm building a game where actions feel fair and true to real boxing. And we will achieve that based on these 3 pillars. Number 1, strategic choice. That includes 10 variations of the jab and precise control of your range.
Exactly.
Use of feints, but most importantly, responsive footwork. Deterrence and consequences. Not only will short-term and long-term stamina act as a deterrent to eliminate exploits, position-based actions will allow you to throw a flurry of punches, and it will not be considered spam because your boxers' form, their hip rotation, shoulder placement will dictate both stamina and power. And last of all, competitive integrity. If you're losing a fight, there will be no hidden stat boosts or the increased probability of scoring a come-from-behind knockout. These are my three pillars of success. And the good news,
So that
TruthBound
rope in the
already has
ring,
its match
Claimer.
fundamentals in place. You can either train or compete in an amateur or 12-round fight. Not to mention, I have 7 additional mechanics in the works, including a clinch system with
Are we gonna
purpose,
have
a referee who does
pro
more
rounds?
than just stand in the background,
Let me see
and the
something.
same
Hold up.
applies to rope leaning.
I like that we got rope leaning, but let me go back to what I was saying. I hate over talking the you claim Uncut. Apologize, but are we going to have real pro rounds? 3 rounds is amateur. 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, and then we going old school. You got 15 rounds. Are we going to have that in the game? And I love that you got the boxing off the ropes and you're one developer. One developer. I have yet to see a referee in the ring yet. But let's go back to the video.
Mechanics which will serve a purpose. All of this requires time, but I promise you, it will be worth the wait.
You and Marshall, man, you had a bit of beef back in the day. Seems since then you've been very complimentary of each other. Do you guys officially squash that beef now?
Oh, snap. That's who Smog is. That's who Smog is. Smog always getting on me. That's who Smog is. Wow, Smog. You're just as old as I am. You's an old head too, Smog. Y'all always calling me an old head, and I'm in better shape than y'all. That's the craziest thing. All right, let me get back to the video. I don't want to.
Our time flies. 2 years ago, it's fair to say that I bruised Marshall's reputation. At that time, he had collaborated with EA Sports to help promote sales for UFC 5. My critique also came with advice and a clear layup. Don't lose track of who you are chasing the bag. However, I made mistakes. Sometimes you have to remove yourself from the bubble to see the bigger picture.
I dropped a video and it was titled "Marshall, You Lied to Us." I thought, you know what I mean? Accountability is the word.
Back then, I was an outsider, but now I understand the factions, the deceptive behavior, which in comparison make Marshall look like an angel.
In 2025, I will forgive myself for the mistakes that I've made in the past, because a lot of that is still crippling me. Get closer to God. I mean, that definitely fell by the wayside quite a bit in 2024.
Marshall clearly has a close eye on my work.
This part always made me laugh.
Let me tell you this, Claimer. Everybody got their eye on your video because they know when you make content, it helps them with content. They love the way that you produce these videos and everything. So even if people don't like you, which I don't see why, if they don't like you, they're going to show your videos. It's only one content creator that I didn't see make a video that didn't do a reaction video yet. So I'm gonna be looking out for that video.
Which is a good thing because he'd understand that we are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
See all this potential.
Sometimes we need an outsider, not friends with benefits, to remind us of our full potential.
I call people shills and just basically a whole bunch of nonsense.
Telling the content.
Some people are shills and they don't want to admit it. 100% shills. They literally be shills. They don't want to be called shills. I know these people. I'm trying not to call out names. That's not me. But it's a lot of people that don't want to carry that title, and that's exactly what they are. Yo.
Created not to make content because they don't like the game. It's so stupid to say. Like, I'm not going back to work. Can you imagine me putting on my resume what you did for the last year? EA Sports UFC 4?
You're the exception to the rule, iGame. I'm referring to content creators who play and promote games they do not enjoy, helping the rich get richer, the working class poorer, and make nothing in return. I'm trying to prevent up-and-coming content creators from falling into a sunk cost fallacy.
Now, from the comforts of his own living room, he works for EA Sports, testing upcoming video games months before they're ever released.
So here today to announce our new program, EA Sports Game Changers.
The Game Changers program, not only do you put yourself out there, but you also get an opportunity to work with guys behind the scenes, such as Rexzilla.
But he says it's actually very hard work.
We're actually in there playing the game, write your feedback down, you know, send it back to them, make sure that what you put in for your feedback is fixed. You can't have no bad negative posts, negative feedback or anything of that such. I work really hard to be closely involved with the community.
100%. I told y'all.
It got stuck in the branch that it was growing on, and then it also has a line from where it was strung on the plant, but still perfectly edible.
But I told y'all, y'all be acting like I be making up stuff.
Hold on.
I told y'all.
Some of your peers are suffering from anxiety and depression because they realize they've wasted the prime years of their life, 6 years, promoting, hyping, and defending these games with the goal to make a living, to change their lives.
A lot of YouTubers, everything explodes and they're gone. It's not something that is really meant to last forever.
Sadly, they'll likely not reach the stage of acceptance because they're bargaining on Undisputed or UFC 6 to deliver the payoff. So let's talk about it. Undisputed 2. What we know is that they've changed from Unity to Unreal Engine. However, an engine change has nothing to do with gameplay or a fix for online desync. So their selling point will be hyper-realistic graphics and likely unedited motion capture of fighters gliding around the ring. We've seen this all before, right? Who remembers hyper-realistic Eddie Hall?
I agree, but Unreal Engine, let's not be deceptive. We got to be honest. Unreal Engine does have more things within it. They have more things than Unity has. Unity even said it. But they're working to get better things in it. Unity doesn't have as much structure in it, if I'm using the right word. They don't have as much toolkits, or tool sets that Unreal Engine have. A lot of people work with it, but Unreal Engine has more than what Unity has.
With that, the question is, does Undisputed 2 have a hope in hell finding success in the first place? Let's objectively break it down. The major selling point of Undisputed 1, it was the first licensed boxing game that we've had in over 15 years. It was developed by a small indie company, introducing a plethora of boxers who'd never been captured in a video game before. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, Terence Crawford, and Canelo. Riyadh Season was bringing a new lease of life to boxing. That was then, and this is now. Steel City Interactive have lost all credibility. Turki Al-Sheikh is now investing in TKO Boxing. Most of our global superstars have seen their stock drop. So who are they going to use as their mascots? They're going to invest a ridiculous amount of money in Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, who are known to Gen Z for clown shows with the Paul brothers. What about fighter DLC? I don't think the public are willing to pay for all these fighters again. So how about they just improve their game? Undisputed 2 must remain a simplified game to sell to the
I think the casual fans gonna buy it. They're not gonna buy all the boxers because they don't know all the boxers. But they're gonna buy the modern boxers if they show it. They're gonna buy, like if they have a Floyd Mayweather package with all his uncles and stuff, they're gonna buy that. But my thing is, I see what Claimer Uncut is trying to say and doing, because he wants his game to sell. But like I always say, a game with great mechanics will outsell a bad game with names, 100%. All right, let me go back to the video.
Casual audience. The more complex, the more things to fix. They won't be testing the game in early access and consider all of their expenses. A new studio, new managers, teams, and investors. All of these people are depending on one game's success. They can't afford to take any chances. But anywho, hope I entertained you guys one last time. Now we fully focus on TruthBound. If you want to support my journey, consider joining my Ko-fi or just a one-off coffee. Thank you to all the content creators once again Again, I'm not always right, so feel free to educate me. But as I said for Marshall, friends with benefits would tell you what you want to hear. That being said, all the best, and I look forward to being affiliated with you in the future. A huge thank you to all of my Ko-fi guardians. You guys understand the bigger picture. You've afforded me time. What do you guys think? UFC 6, that's apparently around the corner. Are you excited for the potential of TruthBound? And does Undisputed 2 stand a chance of finding success? Share your thoughts in the comments. Have a great weekend. Take care. Peace.
All right. That's the end of that. Yeah, I don't think Unreal gonna have this. I mean, I don't think this game, Undisputed 2 is gonna have the same impact. Give me a second. I don't think Undisputed is gonna have the same impact as it did with Undisputed 1, because it has nothing to do with we didn't have a boxing game in 15 years. That's not what really sold 1 million copies. What sold 1 million copies is the game we thought we was going to get. Stop using that excuse, because there were games that came out in between Fight Night Champion and Undisputed. There were games that came out and they didn't do well. There were arcade games that came out that didn't do well. But what happened is that when people start looking around. All right, I'm going to end this video now. Answer this phone call.